Okay, Mark Chamberlain, how are you, my friend?
All good, thanks, all good.
It feels like we can't really have one of these big Riyadh season shows without Mark Chamberlain these days.
I hope not. I'd like to be part of them forever.
You're like the man around these parts, right? His Excellency's favourite fighter, we keep hearing. Must be a good time to be Mark Chamberlain.
Yeah, obviously being part of these big shows, like I just said in another interview as well, I managed to ask him what fight caught his eye, and it was the fight in November at your call against Ramlavs.
That's a hard fight.
Well, I made hard work of it, to be honest. Like I say, it wasn't a great performance from me, but I got the win. That was the main thing, and His Excellency took a liking to me, and this is what's come off the back of that win. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, you had to show different stuff in that fight against Ramlavs. That was like a late on, you got him out of their blood and guts kind of war, which, as you say, you turned it into a war. You surprised that it was that he
yeah, liked? I mean, I knew he was a tough man, going off of his amateur background as well. He had over 100 amateur fights, and he'd been in all the top tournaments as you would as an amateur, and I can't remember how many pro fights he had, 18, only one defeat, I think.
But you surprised that was the fight that caught His Excellency?
Oh, yeah, with the performance that I put on, yes.
Because you must have gone away from that thinking, oh.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I got cut, that wasn't ideal, and then obviously it could have got stopped on the cut, but the ref was pretty lenient and let it go on, and then I got the stoppage in the last minute of the last round, so yeah, it was all good.
It's all changed your life, this, hasn't it? All this attention, I guess that fight changed your life. Someone important was watching, decided they want to get behind you a little bit. Your whole life's changed, Mark.
Yeah, definitely, and it don't happen overnight. Like, it's obviously, I've been boxing since I was 6, so it's all the years of hard work is finally paying off. You know the saying, hard work pays off. So it's true. You just got to stick to your goals and be at the right place at the right time, and who knows what can happen. How
satisfying was your last win?
Yeah, it was great. I didn't take much from it because obviously it was over within a round. But obviously I just come off of a grueling camp for the Gwyn fight, and then I got this date sprung on me with I was on holiday and there was 7 weeks to go. So I'd had 2 camps back to back. So that I was happy with that being over in one round, because obviously if it had gone to 12 rounds, it'd have been another 12-round war. But when it was over, I just thought, yes, I can relax now.
Got him out of there. And Wembley Stadium now, I mean, this is becoming bucket list kind of stuff. You'll be fighting in front of what could be 100,000 capacity in there. It's amazing, right? Yeah,
and it's definitely a stadium that I wanted to tick off the list, because I'd done the O2, that was probably the biggest one I'd done, and then obviously the Kingdom Arena was another big one. And to fight at actual Wembley Stadium, to even walk out on the pitch and just take it all in, it's going to be great, and I can't wait.
Have you imagined that moment, walking out onto the pitch?
To be honest, no, because this fight has only been made for 2 days. Wasn't too sure what was going on, but yeah, I can sort of start laying there and taking it in now.
What do you think of this opponent then, Josh Padley?
I don't know a lot about him. I think he's ranked 7 in Britain. I mean, the rankings don't mean nothing, do they, I guess. But yeah, he's an unbeaten fighter. I won't be taking him lightly. But yeah, I'm 100% sure that we'll get the job done.
And you talk about rankings not necessarily meaning much. I saw something go up on Twitter about Ring Magazine now have you ranked as the number 9 lightweight in the world. Does that feel about right?
Well, obviously, I say the rankings mean nothing. Obviously, it's like cat and mouse who fights. I might fight number 7, he might go to number 2. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, obviously, the rankings are there for a reason. But to see my name up there in the top 10 with the likes of Gervonta Davies, Shakur Stevenson, and the rest, do you know what I mean? It's crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't turn down a big fight with them. That's for sure.
Who do you think is number 1 at the moment?
I'm going to say Gervonta Davies. I think he's the man in the division at the minute.
What is it about him that makes him so effective?
He's just an animal, isn't he? He seems to knock everyone out. So he's number 1 for me.
So you'd like to fight him at some point?
I wouldn't turn it down.
How'd you go about beating someone like Gervonta Davies?
You just got to go in there and give it your all, ain't you? Obviously, these are big names, and my name's up there with them now, so there's no going back. So especially with His Excellency being involved, anything can happen. So big fights is what we want, and big nights. So I'm sure he's the man that can deliver.
Well, right now you seem to be stealing shows. There's so many great fights on this show. You'd do very well if you end up stealing the show, but you think you can against Josh Padley?
Yeah, I mean, who knows what can happen on the night. I'm certain I'll get the job done in good style. But like I said, I'm not overlooking him. Obviously, he's unbeaten. But yeah, I think on paper it could be a good fight.
This is his big chance, because now actually you've got a target on your back. You've become a bit of a golden boy. Perhaps before you were looking upwards, chasing guys, but now people are looking at you. Let me go and see if I can beat His Excellency's favourite fighter. Let me see if I could do that. Are you feeling that additional pressure?
Yeah, I mean, he can have a good go, but he needs to turn up with more than a pair of boxing gloves if he wants to beat me.
This means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not letting anyone take my spot. I've earned this spot and I've worked years for it.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.